Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The following contains direct statements made by the prosecution and Cassie Ventura during federal court proceedings on May 13, 2025. These are not dramatizations or interpretations. They are the actual words spoken in court. Some language has been censored in accordance with YouTube's community guidelines. You are about to hear a voiced reading of the Day 2 testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs federal trial, sourced directly from a courtroom reporter at Inner City Press on X.com. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please listen with caution. This is Cassie Ventura's full testimony, exactly as it was delivered in court.
How old are you?
38.
What is your work?
Musician and entertainer.
How long were you with Sean?
10 years.
Did you get in arguments?
Yes. It would result in dragging.
What else did he do?
Hits me in the head if I was down.
How frequently was he?
Too frequently. I would get black eyes and let me show you a video.
Where is this?
The Intercontinental in Los Angeles. It was after a freak-off.
What does that entail?
The hiring of people and setting it up.
How did you feel when he first asked for it?
Confused, nervous. I wanted to make him happy.
Did you agree to one when he first proposed it?
Yes. Then there were more. It wasn't something I wanted to do, at least not that frequently.
I didn't know what no could turn into. What do you mean?
Making him angry.
What were you afraid would happen if you said no?
That he had materials.
What did you give the government?
Laptops. I've handed up GXB.
Do you recognize it?
Yes, I've reviewed this drive. It has communication and documents pertaining to Mr. Combs.
Did you review photos on it?
Yes.
What's this photo?
Me in 2004 with Carrie Morgan.
When did you sign with Bad Boy Records?
2006. It was a 10-album deal.
Did you release any after late 2006?
No.
Who's in this photo?
Kim Porter. She was Sean's ex from before me and the mother of his children.
Where did you celebrate your birthday in this photo?
In Las Vegas. Carrie Morgan was there too. We're out on his patio on my 21st birthday.
What happened then?
Sean kissed me in the bathroom. I ran back to my hotel. I told Carrie.
When you got back to New York?
I'd visit him at the Trump Hotel in Columbus Circle. His apartment was being renovated.
What were you doing with your music career?
Trying to come up with a concept. Sean called all of the shots.
What is the age difference between you and Sean?
17 years.
How did you feel when Sean invited you to hotels?
Nervous. Excited, like we were going to talk about music. I didn't understand it.
Did you visit Sean in Miami?
Yes, I went with Carrie Morgan in Dallas.
What did you and Sean do together?
He gave me Blue Dolph on a boat.
Had you once before taken it unintentionally?
Yes.
How did you take it unintentionally?
It was in Gatorade.
When you took it intentionally with Sean, how did it feel?
Like rolling.
What did you think?
That we were spending a lot of time together. I thought we were monogamous.
Was it made public?
No, I was his artist. Also his family, his children.
Who was linked to him publicly?
Kim Porter.
How did Sean treat you at this time?
We had fun.
What was his lifestyle like?
He had all these assistants. He could get things done. He traveled quite a bit.
What's this photo?
Sean and I at a strip club in New York, like 2007 or 2008. Halloween.
How did Sean's moods vary?
Day to day.
When it swung, could you describe it?
Anger. Zoning out.
How did it impact you?
Greatly. The next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face. There was also psychological. He'd tell me to watch my mouth, change my face.
How would he keep tabs on you?
We didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me or a trusted assistant.
Like who?
David James, Christina Korm.
Was your relationship exclusive?
No.
Did you see other men?
Yes.
Did Sean see other women?
Yes. He said, "I am Puff Daddy." I was insanely jealous.
Did you move to LA with him?
Yes. He wanted to be close to his kids who were there.
Where did you live in LA?
875 Comstock Avenue.
How tall was the building?
No more than 17 floors.
Where did Sean live?
200 South Mapleton. Sean would use a golf cart to get back and forth.
Who paid your rent in LA?
Sean, except when I had the house in Studio City.
Why'd you pay then?
I could afford it then, and I wanted to have some control. It was accepted.
By whom?
Sean.
How many songs did you write while with Sean?
Hundreds. Most were never released. Some got leaked on the internet, some on mixtapes.
How many albums on your deal were not released?
9.
Did you get paid for them?
No.
So far, the testimony paints a disturbing picture of control, manipulation, and psychological conditioning. What's most striking is Cassie's emotional dissonance. Moments of horror woven into a narrative she almost recounts passively, reflecting the trauma of long-term abuse. Her references to disguises, drug use, and the structure of freak-offs suggest not just coercion, but a systemized form of exploitation. She reveals how deeply she internalized the need to please Sean, even at great personal cost.
There was no time to do anything else but do them, then try to recover.
How much time in your week would freak-offs take?
The longest was 4 days. Significant periods of time.
Who was your manager at Bad Boy Records?
James Cruz.
What did he tell you?
That he was managing me with one hand tied behind his back. He had to check everything with Sean.
How did you make money if your records weren't being released?
I did hosting parties when Sean approved them.
What comments did Sean make about your physical appearance?
That I looked too Mexican with my hair like that.
How did he like your nails?
White, French tipped.
Hair?
It varied. I shaved my head in 2009.
Your body?
He told me to work out. Prepare for the freak-offs.
How did you feel about his comments?
It varied.
What else did Sean pay for?
Cars.
Did he give you cash?
Yes, but he would take things away depending on how he felt.
What else would he take away?
My self-confidence.
Who would take things away?
Staff. I assume staff.
Who took your laptop and phone?
Security.
How long would they be gone for?
However long I was being punished for.
How often were you in contact with Sean's staff?
Daily.
Who are in these photos?
Christina Cororm and Miss Fletcher.
What did you call Miss Cororm?
KK.
And who's this?
Drock. How frequently were you in Sean's residences?
All the time.
Did they all have safes?
Yes. What did you observe in them?
Cash, jewelry, cameras, and videotapes in New York, LA, Miami, and Alpine, New Jersey.
Do you recall an incident between Sean and Suge Knight?
Yes, we were having a freak-off in LA. Drock came in and said Suge was down at a diner. Sean drove over there.
What was your reaction?
I cried. Said, don't do something stupid.
Were you ever handed a gun?
Yes. We were going to a club in downtown LA. We'd taken mushrooms. I was high. I was told to put the gun in my bag. I was freaking out.
Who was present?
A driver, security, and Sean. Another time, I saw them get dressed and grabbed guns and leave in an SUV.
How long were they gone?
30 or 40 minutes.
Let me switch topics. How soon into the relationship did Sean mention to you?
First 6 months or a year.
How old were you?
22.
Why did you agree to try a freak-off?
Good question. I wanted to make him happy.
Where was the first freak-off?
One of his homes in Los Angeles.
Who is this?
The first escort.
Do you know his name?
No.
I'll call him the first escort. Were you aware he was paid?
Yes, to dance and to have with me.
What drugs did you take?
Ecstasy and alcohol before things started.
Did you disguise your appearance?
Sean said we would disguise ourselves. I wore a masquerade mask.
What was a session in a freak-off?
Until the escort finished.
How many sessions with the first escort?
At least 2.
How did you feel?
I was high, so I didn't feel much. Dirty and confusion, and that he was happy with me.
Why did you feel you couldn't say no?
I didn't want to make him angry or upset after he'd shared this part of himself with me.
How frequent did the freak-offs become?
Weekly for a consistent amount of years.
When was your last one?
2017 or 2018.
How long were you awake during the freak-offs?
I never slept. I took drugs and co.
Do you recall all of the freak-offs?
That would be impossible.
Did you want to stop?
Yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it.
Did you tell him you didn't want to?
Yes, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else.
Why would you talk to him gently?
I didn't want him to be angry.
What is this email between me and Sean? What did you call him?
Pop, Pop.
Why?
He asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful.
What did you write?
I really need to.
Why did you write that?
Because I wanted to be with him.
I'll read Sean's messages. You read yours. You don't want to do anymore? I'm so predictable. What did you think this meant?
That he knew I didn't want to do the freak-offs anymore. But then I backpedaled.
Why?
To not make him angry. He could be violent.
Where'd you get your outfit?
Pleasure chest elsewhere.
Did you get piercings?
Yes.
Which of his homes did you have freak-offs in?
Sean came with me. Miami, New York.
What other homes?
My homes, all but Studio City.
In what other cities?
Atlanta.
In what hotels in New York did you have freak-offs?
Trump Gramercy, Intercontinental, 44th Street.
Elsewhere?
Mandarin Oriental, Fontainebleau.
What names were used?
Jackie Starr. I used Frank Black.
What supplies were used for freak-offs?
Astroglide, baby oil, condoms.
Who brought the supplies?
Security. Sean's assistants.
Which brand of baby oil?
Johnson's.
How was it used?
Sean said, "You need to be glistening."
We were just talking about Astroglide. How was it used?
Lubricant.
If you ran out, what would you do?
We'd call either staff or the bell desk, give them a tip.
Were the freak-offs lit?
Initially, it was a candle. Strong-smelling Glade.
Any other use of candle wax?
A few times poured on my body.
Who set the temperature of the room?
Sean. I was expected to do freak-offs on my period.
Did you want to do that?
No.
Did you want to be peed on?
No, I did not want it.
How did it feel?
It was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it.
Why were you choking?
Too much in my mouth.
Who else peed on you?
Sean.
Did you want Sean to pee on you?
I didn't want anyone to pee on me.
How often did it happen?
Often enough.
Which hotel charged the most for damage to the room?
The Intercontinental in New York. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money.
Back to the situation. Why didn't you say no?
It was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being peed on by two men.
Where did you find escorts?
Initially, Craigslist.
Miss Cassie, in what cities did you respond to ads on Craigslist?
In New York.
Did you respond to ads on Backpage as well?
Yes.
Did you ever reach out to an escort independently?
No.
Did you ever not use an escort who arrived?
One couldn't perform, so Sean sent him on.
What was a safe escort?
Not a cop and someone who'd not run and tell everyone about their experience with us.
Why not a cop?
I learned this whole situation was not legal.
How did Cash get there?
Security, or he brought it himself.
The escort Dave? Do you know his real name?
Clayton Howard.
Who was this photo shown to witness?
Daniel.
What service did you use?
A dancer service.
Do you recognize Jules?
Yes.
In what cities did you have freak-offs with Jules?
New York, Los Angeles, Vegas.
Do you know his last name?
No.
Who's this?
I knew him as the Punisher.
Did you use drugs at every freak-off?
Yes. I need to disassociate and become emotionless.
Who else used drugs at freak-offs?
Sean did. Sometimes the escort.
What other drugs did you use?
Special K, GHB, mushrooms.
I'll read Sean's parts of this email. You read yours. When should I take the thing? When will you be there? Pausing you there. What did you mean?
Drugs.
I took mine. I'm flying. What does he mean?
He's high.
Why did you take more drugs?
To not be present with the experience.
Why?
Because it was something I hated.
How did you react to ecstasy and MDA?
It could make me vomit.
What would he say?
To continue.
Did you want to continue when you wanted to vomit?
No.
How does GHB make you feel?
Drunk. Tipsy.
When drugs ran out, how did you know who to reach out to?
Sean would tell me.
During the session, how would you know to move to the next step?
Sean.
What would happen after the escort was on you?
Sean would want his body in the next room.
Did you do that?
I did.
Where?
Usually.
Did you want to do that?
No.
How did you feel?
I was an object being heavily objectified by men.
Sometimes he would watch by FaceTime.
Yes.
Were some sessions recorded on your devices?
Because they were there.
If you saw them on your device, what would you do?
I would delete them.
Why?
They were disgusting. I never wanted anyone to see them.
Were Sean's devices used sometimes?
I asked him to delete them.
Did he?
I don't know.
Did you ever leave a freak off before it was over?
Yes, at the Century City Intercontinental. I finally had a premiere coming up, and I didn't want to mess it up, but Sean...
At what point did Sean hit you?
Between sessions.
What happened next?
I got to the elevator. Next thing I knew, I was thrown.
Who threw you down?
Sean. He grabbed me by my neck and my hoodie.
Let me show you the video. Prosecution shows hallway video. What are you doing?
Trying to use the hotel phone.
What is Sean doing?
Taking my phone and my bag.
This is a devastating unraveling of Cassie's emotional state. Her pain is no longer beneath the surface. It's laid bare. Describing herself as property, she brings forward the reality of intimate partner abuse disguised as affection or privilege. The video evidence confirms what words can barely describe: a cycle of fear, control, and isolation. Perhaps most heartbreaking is her admission that she hoped to be loved by pleasing her abuser. It's a chilling commentary on trauma bonding, how victims may cling to the fantasy of safety while enduring violence. Cassie's recognition of her own objectification, "I was surviving, not living," shows a powerful moment of self-awareness and healing. Her bravery in facing Sean in court reflects the beginning of reclaiming her agency. This part reminds us that abuse doesn't end when the relationship does.